Turn up the bass.
You're now listening. Yo, Tap In Radio.
With one tap, you're in. Only on Tap In Radio.
I mean, sometimes you just gotta get truthful, honest. Niggas hate to hear the truth, but here it is. Life is never really what it seems. We expect more than we achieve. Plotting on another way to scheme. You trapping when you could've made the league. My nigga, everybody got a dream. But reality is, most of us ain't gon' make it rapping. Most of us ain't gon' make it trapping. Most of us ain't gon' make it playing ball. Somebody ain't gon' see tomorrow, but none of us is gon' be here as long as reality is. My mama told me I could do anything I imagine. My daddy told me I should do everything with a passion. My granny told me stay out them streets and don't get distracted. A nigga couldn't wait to be grown and then it happened. Shit, could you imagine if everything you saw for your future might never happen? Living in the past, trying to justify all your actions. Feeling like you living for nothing and hustling backwards, ready to flip a mattress. It's funny how these battle scars tell off. It ain't gon' tell the truth, whether you well off or you fell off. I seen so many puppies get a pound and turn big dog. Was quarterbacking packs so they got sacked for a big loss. You wasn't on your A game, out here doing anything. Trying to find a bunch of different places you could place blame. I know a bunch of people who fell victim to the same thing, cause talent take you places that character can't sustain. And that's why life is never really what it seems. We expect more than we achieve. Plotting on another way to scheme. You trapping when you could've made the league. My nigga, everybody got a dream. But reality is, most of us ain't gon' make it rapping. Most of us ain't gon' make it trapping. Most of us ain't gon' make it playing ball. Somebody ain't gon' see tomorrow, but none of us is gon' be here as long as reality is. I've been eating on the ocean with women I always wanted. Reflecting on the times we was trapping off unemployment. Driving in my mama's Corolla to get a quota. Thinking I can't wait to live how I live at the moment. A nigga never lost focus, never stayed on course. So many wanted to be the jump man till they jumped off the porch. Bringing cleats to the court, you playing the wrong sport. That's why you never got your shot and forever coming up short. You so in love with your mentality, you miss reality. Niggas too worried about status instead of salary. You think you gon' get the panties if you make a paddock freeze. I could take a bitch to Applebee's, she won't be mad at me. Perception is only a reflection of who you'd rather be. It's clear niggas live in fear of their own mortality. School of hard knocks, I've never been in no academy. Cause I come from the Bay where niggas learn to live with tragedy. Life is never really what it seems. We expect more than we achieve. Plotting on another way to scheme. You trapping when you could've made the league. My nigga, everybody got a dream. But reality is, most of us ain't gon' make it rapping. Most of us ain't gon' make it trapping. Most of us ain't gon' make it playing ball. Somebody ain't gon' see tomorrow, but none of us is gon' be here as long as reality is. Think you the one, you my friend, you my girl, my homie, my one of one. We became everything that we've learned to overcome. I used to pick up other girls in your car and that shit was trifling. Wasn't coming home at night cause I was hustling for a Breitling. Chasing hoes and getting dough to live this life that's so exciting. I used to bring home Dior with hopes it would suffice it. I try to brainwash you with my vices. I gave you a million reasons to leave shit. Why you still fighting? How you still like me? How you still wifey? How you bless me with a son that look just like me. And every time I look at him, I see you and me inside him. You made me notice something I had. We made a family of it, but somehow I still find ways to take advantage of it. You deserve better than everything that I ever gave you. All the love you gave me, I could never hate you. Nah. Yeah.
We went through rainy days and I still pray for you. When the sun was shining, I sat in the shade for you. I just want you to know that I was made for you. I was made for you. I did forever and a day for you. I just want you to know that I was made for you. I just want you to know that I was made for you.
I know that everything that you tell me could be the truth, but I get so caught up in trauma, I start to think it's a fluke. You was there when niggas left me for dead to help me get through. You never get the credit for shit you actually do. We go back like wearing FUBU and eating Fruit Loops. I subscribed to you way before you had a YouTube. Used to go outside and risk it all to get a new, but I might wanna die before I see you with a new dude. Left so many scars like I was trying to abuse you. Took so many turns, I've mastered how to confuse you. You won't ever leave me, and that's why I'll never lose you. I hate the fact I use you, I pray I'll never lose you.
And a day for you. We went through rainy days and I still pray for you. When the sun was shining, I sat in the shade for you. I just want you to know that I was made for you. I was made for you. I did forever and a day for you. I just want you to know that I was made for you. I just want you to know that I was made for you.
What is good, y'all? Happy Wednesday. It's your hostess with the mostest, Kristen Ayana, and welcome back to Black Talk Radio, where we discuss the latest in Black culture, Black news, and Black entertainment. I just love the last two tracks I played. They're by Simba. He's an up-and-coming artist from the Bay. Shout out to him. Those two tracks were off his latest project, Real Rap. So yeah, I think he's dope. I definitely see him flourishing, moving up the ladder. And yeah, he is signed to Atlantic. He was signed to Columbia, but ended up getting out of that deal and switching over. I'm sorry. I want to make sure I get it correct. The project is called Don't Run From Rap. So make sure y'all get that and check that out. But I'm back. I'm in the studio. I'm feeling good. I haven't been here in 2 weeks because last week we had that snowstorm. They was trying to get your girl, okay? The snowstorm was not it. And then the week before that, oh baby, it was school for me. Like I had so much finals, just trying to finish that up. And also it was my birthday, that Thursday. So I was trying to make sure I do all my work before my birthday. But my birthday was good. I got to tell you about that. So what did I do? On my birthday, the day before my birthday, I got my car. So that was great. Then on my birthday, I got a massage. I went to this place in Union. It was pretty good. But I don't know, though. Like, she was a little rough at some points. And I was just like, all right, listen, I'm tiny, so I don't got that much meat on my bones. So let's start there. But it was cool. It was cool. And then, after that, my friends and I, we got an Airbnb. So that was super duper cool. And they surprised me. They had all this food, all these gifts, balloon decorations, even the cake that they got for me. It had like the Black Talk Radio logo on it, which was super cute. So shout out to my friends. And then on the next day, Friday, I went to Delta's in New Brunswick for dinner with my mom and my sister. So it was good. It was a good, it was a good little quarantine birthday. So that was fun. And then, last week, if y'all were rocking with me, I was doing Black Talk Radio from home because the snowstorm, safety first always. So I, spoke with Ken the Man. That was super duper dope. Shout out to her. That was a really fun interview. And now this week, I'm back in the studio and we're going to be chatting with Day NYC, who is actually, an on-air host himself. So I'm really excited to talk with him because I feel like there's not a lot of times where I talk to people that, kind of do the same thing that I do. So I'm interested to see, what kind of gems he's going to be dropping and things of that nature. But before we get into that, y'all know I got to go into my media topics. So first things first, as we all know, many Americans have been patiently waiting for the second round of stimulus checks to be dispersed. We are still in a global pandemic, and, Some people still don't have jobs, things of that nature, and it truly is a struggle. So, more recently, yesterday, they passed this new stimulus check, and it was supposed to be for $600. Now, Trump comes back and says how he thinks that's just ridiculous. Exactly. We haven't heard from Trump in however long. But he comes back and says, this is ridiculous. We need to give them $2,000. So now, and Nancy Pelosi, said she is open to doing the 2,000. So now we are waiting to see, what is going to be and when is this money going to be sent out. And it's kind of just like, y'all need to make up y'all mind on what y'all doing, because people are literally like poor. Like, people are poor, people are struggling, like people need money. And it's sad that it took this long to even give something. And then it's $600. Like, that's, I feel like, how much was the other one? 1,200? Yeah. I feel like that's, y'all couldn't do like 1,000 though. Like, at least if y'all gonna bring it down, $600 though. It's definitely giving y'all hate us, but I don't know. So that was that on that. Let's see, what will happen, and hopefully they get this money out so people can pay their bills and feed their family and stuff like that. But our next media topic for tonight is Blueface was spotted on a lunch date with Coi Leray. Okay. First of all, shout out to Coi Leray. She's dope. I really, mess with her music. She's from Jersey, so shout out to her. But, according to TMZ, the two were captured, at this chicken spot out in LA called Harlan's Chicken, which the spot is actually originated from Chicago, but it's out in LA. And, apparently they were a little close, so it didn't look like it was just on a friendship level. TMZ, man. One thing about TMZ, they gonna catch something. Someone in my live said, shout out to DJ Joker. He said, take Black Talk Radio to Clubhouse. Clubhouse? We gonna get into Clubhouse in a little later. But, it says that they were out, what seems to be on a lunch date. I mean, hey, love is in the air, right? It's cuffing season. Fever. That's what y'all do. I mean, but what if they really just friends? Like, that's the thing when you're a celebrity. Like, your life really do get blown out of proportion. Like, I don't know. It's just like, they really could have just been friends, and now it's like...
Nah, I tell you who also been spotted out.
Who?
Mulatto.
Big Latto
and 21 Savage.
Yes, that is actually my next topic.
That's crazy though. Like somebody really took their time out to look at the different angles.
But that
nigga say he in Miami, Florida. She talking about Puerto Rico.
Listen, real talk though. Like, shout out to Mulatto. Like, I was in the Clubhouse chat with the Rap Fest, which is like this other company I work for. We have our meetings on there, and we were talking about like artists that we think really progressed this year, and I really said like I think Mulatto really did well.
Yo, she did a thing. Yo, I'm gonna keep it real. This Clubhouse, I heard it through you and somebody else, but Mulatto, she's making Clubhouse look real. It's like they keep only every time I hear Clubhouse, it's always Clubhouse / Mulatto.
Well, she only had one incident on there.
Nah, but everybody, they keep going back to that incident with the name. And then the second time I heard about it was the whole Meek Mill and Academic situation.
Oh, that was the craziest Clubhouse room. And let me tell y'all, it was so max that it was 5,000 people in that room and it reached max capacity. The reason why I was even able to see what was happening in that room was shout out to Premiere Magazine. They just had Jada on the cover, which I think is super dope. Right. They were live streaming that shit. Damn. But you're not supposed to do that So Clubhouse, they have new rules now. Like you can't screen record and stuff because that like goes against their
I just-
rules. Because
I
it's
gotta-
supposed to be like private, like whatever
I
you
got,
in your
I got,
room.
I gotta like download it and get invited. Know what I mean?
Yeah,
out
I'll
to-
invite you. I'll
shout,
do it.
Shout out to Ash from the Let's Talk About It show. He was in that room when that. when that
Yeah,
happened.
I was in there. It was a lot going on, but yeah, I like
heard,
Clubhouse
there's a
though.
lot going on.
Speaking of Clubhouse though, tonight at 9:30, me and my friend, shout out to Court, Cash Gordon on Instagram, we having a room. It's gonna be like business networking,
Nah, that's what's up.
different topics. So if y'all interested, make sure y'all come in. Y'all could talk with me. Y'all could ask me questions. Quickest way to get some info. We giving out gems, so make sure y'all tap in
I got
for
a quick
that.
question, real quick. Mm-hmm. Do you feel like Clubhouse is gonna is already getting there where it need to be,
Right.
And on a respectful level? Even though besides the mulatto and Meek Mill situation, do you feel like it's gonna reach the ability where Instagram and Facebook at?
I feel like it could, but when I think Clubhouse, and it's interesting because now we see like a lot of people complaining, like, oh, I got a Clubhouse, and the only rooms that I was seeing was about like people playing games and talking about sex. And I'm like, well, that's the rooms that you're going in. Because I promise you, there's always something educational on that app.
Like I said, I will say this. I do hear a lot of that. Like a lot of people out here, like, yo, B, you need to get in it. You need to get in because it is a lot of networking. Like my homegirl that's also about to start a new show up here. Mm-hmm. It's a room in it with none but all lawyers because she's an entertainment lawyer.
Okay.
So she's like, nah, bro. She's just basically saying to you, saying like, no, those are rooms that people be going into.
Right. To be honest, I was in the room that shout out to Court, that he, hosted. And they was talking about stuff in there that I was not about to let these people know my business. And they kept trying, one of the moderators kept trying to bring me on stage to talk. I'm not doing that. Like, I look at myself like I'm a public figure. So y'all not about to be.
You label yourself public figure on Instagram.
So nah,
Public
my Instagram thing it says media. It used to be news personality, but I kind of dibble and dabble into a bunch of things. So we just make it media.
Right.
But y'all not about to be knowing my personal business like that. But yeah, I think Clubhouse will continue to grow. I do like it as an app. Mulatto and 21 Savage, they are in Puerto Rico together. The receipts is right there. Shout out to Big Lotto, Big 22. She also did do a big like donation thing. With like she bought like a bunch of stuff from Walmart and then like gave back to the community, and I thought that was super dope.
Rick Ross just did that too. He went back to his hometown. in
Yeah.
Mississippi and did that.
I want to do stuff like that. I think that's amazing.
Like I said, just be at the meeting next month. It's a lot.
Yeah, it is. We gonna be at the Tapping Radio meet. Yo, I'm always trying to sing. Like
You probably got a voice.
I cannot sing.
You never tried it.
Listen, I could talk. I got that. I don't know about the singing though. But our last media topic, Famous Dex is headed to rehab. So basically over the weekend, like there was a couple of videos that he posted like on his page, and a lot of people were saying how they're worried about him, and he looks like he's going through it type thing. So it was reported from All Hip Hop that Dex has currently entered rehab. It's unclear what specifically he'll be treated for, but because people know that he has a drug issue, people are thinking it's because of that. I just hope that he has like a good recovery, and I'm glad that he's getting the help that he needs, because I think oftentimes when it comes to like drug abuse and things of that nature, we don't see like a lot of celebrities especially getting the help that they need until it's too late, and we find out, oh, so and so died from an overdose, or so and so died because of this. So I think that's good that he's getting the help he needs. Like I'm hope that he has like a good recovery and things of that nature. But it's tough out here, man. That's why I'm like forever advocating for like therapy and doing what you got to do to make sure your mental health is really where it should be, because Lord, It's a crazy world. Oh my gosh. And lastly, Christmas is on Friday. DJ Bam, did you do Christmas shopping this year? La, he talking about listen.
Listen, man, I've been doing Christmas shopping since and before the pandemic.
Really?
Yeah, I got everybody like out the way a little bit early.
That's good.
A lot of people think they're not getting nothing from me, but they don't know.
Oh, so it's gonna be surprised.
Yeah, it's a lot of surprise and some of them gifts. Whew, thank God I made the money I made before these clubs closed.
Oh yeah.
So
You know, honestly, I'm pissed because I don't know what's going on with like UPS, USPS. Like they told me that one of my packages got lost. Like I just don't have the energy for real.
you didn't see that video? That's a video floating around. Man.
Yes, with all the
Nigga-
packages.
Yeah, and then it's also another video of motherfuckers at Amazon dancing, partying. Like,
Yo, where is my package? Like, and the crazy part is because where I ordered from is Amazon, and it's crazy because 2 days ago they reported that the Amazon in New Jersey, one of the like centers had to shut down.
yeah.
So now they talking about my package is lost.
My-
Like, just give me my money back.
My homegirl work at that one, and I'm gonna keep it a stack. Yeah, she even said she like a lot of people gonna be pissed.
But I'm not that mad because what it was I ordered like a book for my baby cousin.
All right.
So I just go to Target real quick and probably get her something. But that's ghetto. Like
It don't feel like Christmas though. Like I'll be honest,
it doesn't feel like
It don't
Christmas.
smell or feel. And people look at me when I say smell. I'm like, to me, ever since I was a kid, like Christmas have like a certain sense when you know it. It just like now you just like, yo man, Christmas Friday, yo.
It's Friday, and that's just that on that, and
Christmas
it's gonna
and
be a
New
new
Year's,
year, and we still gonna be in a pandemic. And
The pandemic just hit all continent. They just reported that it officially hit every single last continent.
we will never be free.
We ain't free no more. You heard Trump? You see Trump trying to come back? Trump, yo, I'm telling you, in January, Trump ain't trying to leave. I think see, I'm gonna give y'all 2,000. And we gonna.
He's
do
trying
this.
to save face. He's trying to be whatever. But Day NYC is in the live, so we about to add him. It's like I really got to stop doing that singing stuff. Like,
Yo, I'm gonna put you on a track.
yeah, okay.
I'm dead. I'm gonna hit you. Come to the studio one day, and we gonna play around and watch. So I ain't gonna tell you. It's the studio.
Hey,
Hi, how are you?
doing well. I know I may be looking a little crazy. My bad. But what's going on? How are you today?
Nah,
Happy
you-
holiday.
Nah, you good. Happy holidays. Thank you so much for joining me. For those of y'all just getting in the live, this is the Black Talk Radio interview with Day NYC. So first things first, can you tell us, like, you know, where you from and like what made you start getting into hosting your show?
Okay. First and foremost, thanks for letting me be on your platform. So I'm originally I'm from New York, proud representative, born and raised. I was raised on the Lower East Side, Manhattan, New York. So that's like downtown Manhattan. And it's so crazy how hosting came about because it all started for me. Well, I was more of a basketball guy, so to transition to picking up a mic was like very weird. People thought I was rapping. I was like, nah, I'm doing something else. I'm hosting. So October 2017, I don't remember the exact date, but it was maybe 2 weeks before my birthday. I was in college, in my 2-year college. And, normally when you have those college gaps, you normally just go do your thing outside. So I said, okay, I'm going to grab something to eat. As I'm walking and I'm on my phone, I'm not paying attention. I end up in the theater department. So I'm like, okay, I'll just go through the back entrance. So I go to the back entrance and I see a position. They like, hey, big shout out to Stay stopping by here. When they says, we're looking for a host needed.
Okay.
I was just like, okay, cool. Well, you know what? Let me just give it a shot. I have nothing to do after class. So I went out there to 59th Street, Midtown Manhattan, and I went there and I'm meeting the producer. And at first I'm like, is this real? And they said, yes. So I went upstairs and out of everybody they auditioned, I made the final 5. And it was so crazy because I didn't think I would do something like this. And I'll never forget the day he said, okay, well, you know what? I really like your energy. And he said, you don't even notice that you're a star and you just walked into this room and this is like your first time. And I appreciate this guy so much. His name is Dave. Big shout out to Dave. because he took a chance on me. And 9 times out of 10, in today's generation, somebody take a chance on you, especially in media, it's very difficult. So I'm grateful for him. October 2017 is the day I became a host at 19 years old. We did the show. And then at first I was just like, okay, I'm really enjoying it, because now I'm seeing producers and directors left and right. They moving around like crazy. You see me on the first episode, so shy, but it's pre-recorded. So I wasn't too shy. So even if I mess up, we can just do it again.
Right.
Did the show for a year. Then I had the opportunity to have my own show, and they were willing to show me studio production. So, in January, like when you're a college student, you got the winter break.
Yeah.
I decided to take winter classes, which I really wanted to. And I said, let me just learn studio production. So I did it like 3 times a week, and it was hands-on. They was teaching you hosting, and it's not like it's like classroom. They're actually teaching you the hands-on stuff. And then I was like, okay, well, I told them, hey, I want to create a show. And at first it was going to be Kickback with Day. I was like, nah, that's kind of corny. I was like, Kickback and Chill. I was like, ooh, all right, let me see what I can do with that. So I told them, they allowed me to do a single. So I had to do that before I got approved for a series. And the rest is history. We're 3 seasons in. We just finished up the reunion back in January before COVID really got in the way.
Right.
And now we're for season 3.
Wow, that's dope for sure. I really loved you, sharing all of that. So now I want to know, you talked a little bit about like how the show came about and things of that nature. And you being from New York, how would you say you being from New York and being in that realm has like influenced your show in any capacity?
Okay, yeah, absolutely. So with Kickback and Chill, it got started originally March of 2019, because I was with the guy for a year. So it started March of 2019, and he was happy. And for me, I just knew like I'm from New York, so I know the New York culture. I know I come from a lot of people who are artists, a lot of people who are just regular entertainers, comedians, things of that nature.
Right.
And I kind of wanted to say something where it's like it provided entertainment, provided fun for everybody to feel like, like, wow, I don't feel like I'm doing work. Like I'm actually hanging with you. And I always tell people, act like when you're at the function, because I always say Kickback and Chill function. When we at the Kickback and Chill function, look at it as we just kicking back somewhere. Like we just talking at a bar or talking at a restaurant, but just multiple different camera angles. And it definitely took a while to develop the show. Like when the first episode, I never forget, the first episode was more so like, all right, I'm just going to give it a shot. Like I honestly winged it. I did not. It's so crazy how I got approved. I did not prepare for it at all. I had like these director chairs, 3 of them. I still have this episode to this very day, because I like to look back at my flaws.
Right.
I had 3 director chairs, and I had a comedian very well known. His name's Laffer Travis. And I was just like, okay. And I had the paper. Crazy thing about it, I had the paper, the script on what we was going over, like a dummy on camera. And I noticed along the way, I was like, if this is going to be a show called Kickback and Chill, like I need to give people that type of vibe.
Right.
I need to feel relaxed. I need to make them feel comfortable. Because if you think about it, in New York, we're like, New York's more like a hustle and bustle. Everyone's constantly on the go 24/7. Nobody ever says, you know what, let me just kick back and just relax and actually focus on what I need to get done. So I think like just paying attention to like the New York lifestyle and the New York flow. Because I know Jersey's like somewhat different. I'm more laid, laid down and relaxed. So, just laid back and relaxed. And I was just like, you got to pay attention to like your surroundings, what's hot, what's out there, so you can implement it into your show.
Right. I definitely can relate to making, when you have guests on your show, making sure that they feel comfortable. I know like when I used to do like a lot of in studio interviews, like prior to COVID, I would like have my guests come early, so I could just have like organic, regular conversations with them before we even get on air. So I definitely feel you on that. And, you mentioned how being in New York and, trying to stay up to date with what's going on and who's popular and things of that nature. So how was that like for you? And like, what are some ways that you stay up to date?
Yes. So I'm not gonna lie, I'm a social media head. So I think watching social media, watching TV, I'm a big Wildin' Out head. I love Wildin' Out. That's one of my favorite shows ever since 2005 when it first came out. That TRL and just everything that that content creators like yourself and many others had to offer. So it's just more so like how can we all come together and pretty much implement new pieces that the show may want. Like when we first started the show, season 1, we didn't have any games on the show. Then once we transition, ending of season 1, going to season 2, we had games. Like we have games such as What You're Gonna Do, Behind the Meeting, and so much more. We have performances on the show. We have audience questionnaires. Before COVID, because now we can't even have an audience, which is sad. But we're still trying to work around that. So we have audience questionnaires. We just have a lot of games on the show to make it feel fun, as opposed to you just feeling like all we're doing is just talking and talking, which is nothing wrong with that.
Right.
But I just like to add my own little flair to it. So anybody who comes to the function, they're like, wow, this is fun. Like I want to continue to keep doing it. Although it's a 28-minute show and we have 4 different segments, so it's like 5 to 6 segments each one. But it's not easy. It's not easy, to try to prepare for that show. And I'm pretty sure you can relate as well. You always got to think about the amount of guests that you have on your show as well. So it's just all about organization, being punctual, having a great team, communication, and just really trying to map out what's going to happen for the next ability. Because at the end, you always want to grow with your project. You never want to remain stagnant.
Right. Now you mentioned, having a team. How important, is your team for you? And like, who are some of those people that make up your team and what do they do?
Yes. So my team consists of about 3-4 people. And what I'm normally doing, because we are on TV, but at the same time, I always like to show them love on camera as well. Right. So from time to time, and I'm going to continue it actually during season 3 as well, because we're taking like a mid break, really giving them that love. And we have 3 people. So we have Stanley. He's our technical director. So he pretty much handles the behind the scenes work with the boards and everything. We have my guy named Brandon. He's amazing. Great guy. Everyone's great on my team. We have Janae, who also does like the camera work.
Okay.
So when you'll see the production assistant, and when they see you, they're just like, oh my God, it's so nice to meet you. They make you feel welcome. They make you feel honored to be on the show. And I also help them out on the set, because I never wanted to be that type of person that I'm pretty much just like telling you what to do. Like I also help out as well. I don't like the term boss, because I don't want people to feel like I'm a bossy person, because I'm not. Right. When you meet me, it's just kind of like, hey, what's up? What's going on? So that's that. I mean, my technical director is pretty much in charge of like, okay, this is how the set is going to look. I produce the whole thing. So I just pretty much I have the vision for the show. I go to them. Hey guys, we have Kristen on the show. Did I say your name right, Kristen?
Yeah.
I have Kristen on the show. All right, guys, this is what we have for her. Here's her bio. She should be here in an hour. This is what we have planned. But I also let them know in advance. I'm just pretty much reiterating what's going to happen on the show. And we also like to surprise you guys, but obviously not surprise you to the point where you're just thrown off guard.
Right.
So it's always good to have a team. I definitely want to build along the way. Probably do internships with college students. Okay. I'm still in college myself.
Me
and
too.
just really give people. Are you still cool too? Okay, cool.
I got 1 semester left though. I'm almost at the
lit. I got like a few more, but I should be done by September of next year. But that's okay. Congrats to you.
Congrats to you. That's amazing.
So I think about building, continue to build, and just showing people that when you join the Kickback and Chill team, you're not just playing a role. Like you're part of the family where you're even having fun. And it's sometimes where like my team want to laugh at certain things that happen, that occurs on the show, but they know they can't. So it's like hard for them to hold it in. It was one time like one of them actually laughed, but it's like, all right, we'll just do it over. We did that whole part over on the show, but it's fun.
Yeah, I love that you said that. And, it seems like you all have a real like family bond. And I think that's super important. And when you have that family bond, that definitely makes things run smoother and just really helps create organic and good content. So you mentioned, COVID and how, things have changed. So, now I kind of want to go into like, how has COVID affected your show and things of that nature?
Oh man, I don't know where to start. So thank God it didn't happen during the reunion. The reunion, we had like a season 1 and 2, because after season 2, pretty much season 2 ended beginning of January. Right? No, it happened in October, and we just had like a 2-3 month gap to prepare. And originally I was like, you know what, guys, let's do a reunion. Just without, the ratchetness and the reality TV that you might see on TV.
Right.
And I was just like, you know what? I want to bring season 1 and 2 back. I can't just jump into another season.
You froze, but I think you good now. I'm not sure. Now the screen is black on my end. Don't you just love Instagram? Honestly, y'all, I can't do Instagram is killing me. It's crazy because he just here with the screen is black, but it doesn't say that he left. Okay, he left, so I'm pretty sure he's gonna come back. Probably was his connection. No, because he's still in the live. Yeah. Okay, now it's coming back.
All right, cool.
Yeah, Instagram be tripping out sometimes.
All right, cool. I was like, can't be mom using my own phone Wi-Fi. So, can you hear me now?
I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah, but it's like you froze, so it's like it's trying to get you back. Hold on 1 second. Hold on.
Okay. Cause I see myself clear and I hear myself, but I don't know what he's seeing. He a little frozen for me. Okay, wait. I think. Okay, you got it now?
Yeah. So yeah, back to what I was saying. So yeah, I didn't want to. We got approved for another season, so it's like, okay, cool, perfect. We don't have to worry about that. But I feel like something was missing. So when we did the season 1 and 2, it was amazing. Then it's kind of like, okay, we're gonna take a 1 to 2 month gap and jump straight in. I remember one of the facilitators contacted me on my phone, and he said, "Hey, Dejor, we're actually gonna be shutting down due to COVID-19. We don't know when we're going to come back, but just hold on, bear with us, and we'll contact all the producers." And this is literally the day before a show.
Yeah.
So I'm not at this point where I was like, damn. But then during that time, people were really talking about COVID, and the numbers were really high in New York.
Right.
So I'm just getting to a point like, damn, what's happened? And it's like, how do you bounce back from something like this? And I was just saying to myself that, you know what, maybe, if we're going to be away during this time, we could try to plan little by little. But at the same time, I didn't want to bombard my team with all this information, because at the end of the day, your health and your safety is more important. So what I pretty much did was, you started to fade out again. What I decided to do was, you know what? If I'm going to be away, I'm going to do actually interviews with season 1 and season 2. So we named the segment called Reminiscing at the Function.
Okay.
And pretty much like my way of just kicking back with you, talking about your experience on the show. What was your feeling about it? First time on TV, what's going through your mind? A lot of people say they were nervous. And, after doing that, I was just like, you know what? Let me start thinking of season 3. And, with COVID and everything, it's just kind of like, we don't know if we're going to go back to quote unquote normal. With all the things that we would love to implement in the show. And we did start filming it, but there's certain things that we're not able to do because of COVID. Like, we don't even have an audience.
Right.
And the show feels empty without the audience there. Like, we even saw a couple of shows in season 2, but it's just like, it's really like preventing our creativity from being out there.
Right. Yeah, I definitely feel you on that. So as far as, your guests go, so are you not filming with guests in person? Is it virtual style? What has that been?
So it's actually both. My first episode was with a girl named Anaya Musa. She's based out of Florida. And I said, we're able to have guests. It's just no audience.
Okay.
That's the issue. Certain things that we want to implement that has the audience involved, so you guys can also have love and, really get that camera time, because they are aware, hey, if you come to the show, the camera's going to be on you. There's definitely some limitations with that. And one thing I like about the virtual as well, if you're from out of state, that also helps expand the brand even more because they're always going to, promote on their social feeds, right? Right. So
Yeah.
it's like you'll be able to promote on your social feed as well. So I did a lot of interviews in the beginning with people in Jersey, even people that I saw that you follow that I know. So like mutual followers of us.
Okay.
So I was like, oh, small world.
Very.
So I did some interviews in Jersey. The first person was from Florida. I have another one coming up in January. She's in LA. Got somebody who also on the West Coast. So I love the fact that virtual's coming in. And we also gonna be doing more that kind of like switch gears a bit. Don't want to ruin the surprise, but it's also gonna help the show and help us during these times, to think about, our lives and where we see our lives and our businesses in the next 5 to 10 plus years from now. So I think we're gonna continue to promote the virtual, but it feels better when you're actually there with the person and vibing with them.
I definitely feel you on that. I mean, because for me, I used to do all my interviews in person. So I'm based in Jersey. The beginning of 2020, I was living in LA. I was doing a semester out there. So I had a studio out there and I was doing my show. Left LA because of COVID. I was supposed to be there till May. Ended up leaving in March. Came home like, what the hell? Like,
Right.
I was lost for words, and then I started doing,
Right.
virtual interviews, but I was doing it from home because, like, still, all studios were closed, like all radio stations were closed. Then a couple months in, things started to open back up. So now I'm currently at a new station, and I'm still doing virtual interviews. Though, if I wanted to do in person, I could, but I'm just trying to stay like as safe as possible, to be honest. And then, like, on top of that, I like kind of what you said. I feel like virtual, though, there are some perks because you get to chat with people that aren't near you, right? Like, I've interviewed so many different people that don't live near me. So I definitely feel you on that point of it, like, helping you grow and reach new audiences. So I have this segment on my show. It's called Quarantine Q&A. And my
Okay.
first question for you is, what was your like initial thoughts when they were like, okay, we're going in lockdown. Not only essential businesses is open. That's it. You can't go outside. What were you thinking?
What were my thoughts? When the hell are we gonna open back up again? But at the same time, I'm just like, this is a process that obviously one we never thought of. So I was just kind of like, okay, well, you know what? I'm gonna be home. I can really focus on some things that I never had the chance to do. I mean, really and truthfully, where are you going? Like, there's nowhere to go. It's not like you be like, hey, you want to hang out? Yeah, them days is over with. Hanging out with a friend and during these times, them days is over with. So I say, now what worried me was just like, it was my team, my family, everybody else. Because at the end of the day, like, this is the main focus that we need to focus on before we can think about the show and everything else. So I was just like that, and just also that when we're able to reopen, how I want to give season 3 the same energy I gave season 1 and season 2. I never wanted to half-ass anything,
Right.
but it's like, again, COVID, you're in my way. You gotta move. And I even want you on the show as well, like, because we
would
never really
love-
had that much girls. Yeah.
I would
We'll
love to chat.
yes, we'll talk about that, afterwards, But yeah, like, those are the main things I was concerned about.
Yeah, I definitely feel you on that. It definitely was just like a what the hell kind of moment. But like during the quarantine, were you like watching any shows, reading any books, during your time?
Books, I'm slacking on that. I actually need to get back into reading because I actually love reading. It strengthens your mind, your vocabulary, all the above. Wildin' Out was still on during the time. And to be honest with you, speaking of Wildin' Out, I was paying a close attention. I actually recommend a lot of content creators to pay attention to like the Nick Cannon situation with Viacom. Because as content creators, we have a team. And worst come to worst is like if you was in his situation and somebody asked one of your production crew or somebody you work with, hey, being that, God forbid, Kristen is not the host, would you be able to take her spot? But it's like, did they consult with you about that when yet you hired them?
Right.
So I tell people all the time, like, pay attention to certain things like that because situations like that really show people their true colors.
They do,
You know, to
for
take
sure.
position from you, and it's kind of like, whoa, I hired you. What are you doing? So I hope that show comes back on because I feel like it was a misunderstanding.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I watched a lot of Wild 'N Out books. I read Terrence J's book. I
Okay.
forgot the name of it, but I have it in my room. And I was just reading up on that. Did not finish it, so I'll definitely try to finish it before the year ends, hopefully.
I'm still trying to
Um,
finish this Angie Martinez book. It's good though, but
yeah,
I
yeah,
be
yeah. I heard she bodied that book. To be honest with you,
it's real. I feel like for anyone that is like into entertainment, radio, or just hip hop, it's a good read for sure, for
definitely,
sure.
definitely tell me about it afterwards. Like the name of it, I'll definitely search it up and probably purchase it as a gift for Christmas.
Yeah, it's good for sure, for sure.
Right.
So any final books or any other shows? Anything on Netflix?
Oh, okay. Some shows, yes. There's one on Netflix and there's one I don't think it's not on Netflix.
Mm-hmm.
Dangerous Live.
Hmm.
Um, Definitely a good movie. Like honestly, watch that. Actually, pay attention to the current events because it's crazy.
Okay, I'm
It's
gonna
like
make note of that.
all I could these elderly people really be saving their money and don't be investing, and that could lead to people winning your money. So that's all I'm gonna tell you on that. Dangerous Lies. There's a movie I just saw. Well, I saw it by myself, but I recommended it to a friend. Always and Forever.
Um.
Watch that. It's a good movie, but it's with Lauren London,
Okay.
Robbie Jones.
I, f-
Yeah, it's
I
with
feel like
Robbie Jones, Lauren
I feel like I heard of
London,
it.
and just know that certain people. I'll give you a little snippet. Certain people, even your husband, you can't even trust.
Woo. All right now.
Like you may be around somebody, and the next moment they die. So it's like whoa, and then the cop is always coming up to you. But it leads to something. That's all I'm gonna tell you. Maybe one more I can give you. Damn, I haven't watched Netflix in a minute. Uh,
I
this is
mean,
old. This movie is about 3, 4 years old, but Burning Sands.
oh yeah, I seen that. That movie is good. It's a lot, but it's good. I've actually been watching movies more now because school is over. So I've been having like I'm on winter break, so I've been having a little bit more free time. So I've been watching movies. So I'll definitely tap into those that you suggested. So now my next question for you is we talked about your show, what your quarantine was like, things of that
Mhm.
nature, and we talked about the type of guests that you have on your show. So I want to know if you could interview anybody, who would it be and why?
Anybody? That one person? Well, Temple J.
Okay.
I would interview him, and the reason being is because I feel like he comes from humble beginnings as well. A lot of people
Mhm.
don't know his story. He was once homeless, and then he had to work side jobs just to get, just to accommodate college debt, and then just to get
Mm.
that yes from 106 and Park, which really put him on, and look where he's at now. So I was always a fan of him, and then even though when he left BET and moved to MTV, I just
Right,
love
right,
the
right.
moves he makes and just a lot of things that he does as a man. So him. Can I name one more person?
Yeah, yeah, go ahead.
No, actually two. Nick Cannon
Okay.
and Angela Yee.
Okay, Nick Cannon. So I used to when I was living in LA, I was working at Power 106. So I would work the show after his. So, but from like our interaction, Nick he's a pretty like down to earth like guy, like very to himself. Cool, chill dude. So I think
Like, were you nervous going to LA by yourself?
Well, I went like with like a sister school. So I didn't know anybody in the program. Like it was other students, but like I didn't really know them. So and like they knew each other because they went to school together. I didn't go to that school. But I wasn't really that nervous. Like I figured it out. Like I think it was one of my like best college experiences, I would say, because I learned so much and I was like really on my own doing a lot. Like I
But
I had lived in an apartment. I had three housemates. Um,
okay.
and I was taking classes at night, and then I was interning at Power 106 during the day, as well as AfterBuzz TV. So yeah, one of my greatest like internship experiences was when I was in LA. So it was fun. I mean, I'm big on traveling. So when COVID is gone,
Yeah.
for real, oh baby, I'm out.
You out.
So
I mean,
yeah.
hell, again, it's just kind of like, I mean, yeah, it's kind of hard to travel now, but it's like once it's officially over, I feel
Mhm.
like people still gonna be. We're gonna have a handful of people still wearing masks, but you
Yeah.
have some confident enough to take it off and actually walk into an establishment without having to feel nervous or scared. Because it's so crazy to know how you can walk into a store, you not having a mask on, people are scared.
Mhm.
Like that's the craziest part. Once 1 minute we was all showing our faces, next minute, all right,
Now
you got
it's
to cover
like,
it up now.
you don't got to. Where's your mask? Like, you don't got a mask on. So nah, I definitely feel you on
Yeah.
that. And now my final question for you: if you could leave, the listeners, viewers, with one thing to remember about you, what would it be and why?
Mm. To always create a seat at your table and to never be satisfied when there's always room for improvement. I wear the hashtag
Mm.
across my back. I don't have the merch today, sadly. I wish I would have debuted it to you on your platform. So, we have the logo, Kick Back and Chill. And then on the back, we
Mhm.
have hashtag opportunities being created.
Mm.
And I wear them across my back as a constant reminder of what I did,
Right.
and I always show love to this guy. I'm like, yo, you really took a chance on me when
Right.
you really
Right.
didn't to, you know? And then more so, I always say to myself that, guys, that even when you feel like you can't find a position in radio, can't find a position at the
Mhm.
top firm or getting a manager position, whatever the case may be, you have to create those small steps
Right.
in order to get that. But you can't remain comfortable in life. It's like it's
Mhm.
impossible, especially if you have $1 million dream. So that's the message I really just present a lot, and I really hope that message continues to go out even more because, especially as young as we are with social media and everything, there's no need to settle for less. So yeah, hashtag opportunities being created, right?
Yes, thank you so much. I love that, and I think everyone can definitely learn from that. That like you said, like sometimes you really do have to make your own seat. Like you can't forever wait on someone else because the opportunity may not present itself. So I just want to thank you so
Yeah.
much for chatting with me. This was super duper fun. This live should post straight to the Black Talk Radio IG page as soon as it ends. So if anyone missed it, they can check it out there. And yeah, I just want to thank you so much.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for having me. And then I guess around next year, hopefully like February-ish, we could try to get you on the platform.
Yes.
Um, yes, and I can't wait because I think, yeah, I don't have that many women on my show. So I really like what you're doing. So continue. I encourage you to continue to push forward with it.
Thank you. I really do appreciate that.
Definitely, definitely. Thank you.
You're welcome. Take care.
You too. Happy holidays.
Do 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 do. Oh, that was a fun interview. I actually feel like I should interview more hosts. Cause we are just a force to be reckoned with. What can I say? We are the goats. But yeah, that was dope. Make sure y'all check out Day's show, Kicking Back and Chill. It's on YouTube and things of that nature, so you can easily find it there. And yeah, it's lit. So, as y'all know, I always got to give y'all the goods with this new at night. So basically, for those of you who may or may not know, Black Talk Radio's new at night segment is where we shine light on an independent artist, that has a dope track that we feel like people should listen to. So this week's song is from AJ Shaka. It's called For the Record, and it's a dope track. I hope y'all vibing with it, rocking with it. And I just want to thank y'all so much for tuning in with me tonight. We'll be back next week, same time, same. Yes, it is the last Wednesday of the year. I posted about that actually on my page on Monday because we are coming to the end of 2020. So Make sure y'all, tune in with me next week, same time, same place. This is your girl, Kristen Ayana, signing out. Black Talk Radio. Love y'all.
Yeah, always keep it official when you aim for your dream. Money, power, respect, three things in between. Opposition looking proud on the daily routine. Duck and dodge, all the odds, black man gotta see. Endless days of building, but where is this taking me? Jerk between working, rapping, and selling. Chip on my shoulder, not snacking. As a teen, I was mean when up in the ring. Ooh, you don't want the havoc. Keep it lit, Virgil Hawkins. Car static, can't be empathetic. That your tactic is being plastic. Stock rising up, new wave of traffic. You in a panic, cause what I'm about to do is classic. This is a warning for those who cross me like Catholics. Beat you blue and black, poke, being drastic. You ain't cut from my jeans, I made a different fabric. Stitched and matted, well crafted, beats been distracted. Al Capone throwing stones at these body cones. World went in trouble, Barbosa to the dome. Wait, I know, this time I should take the high road. Been in space and time and locking's a divine note. Multiply my worth and quadruple mind flow. Take over the city with what I wrote. Turn this motherfucker up, pyro. Consequences, living grimace by to the minute. Societal place provision, struck into the condition. Addition to jealousy got you crippled in submission. My magician position, strength and rotten affliction. Conviction through my senses, from laying in the trenches. War of attrition, we're holding this tradition. Had to segregate my ego, rebalance my pride. Came a long way from thinking about suicide. Realized that I'm doper than Boy and the Needle or these K2 zombies classified as not people. Damn, it's a war in these streets. Po so blunt that they shoot you in your crib. R.I.P. the boss when major cities turn to Gotham. The world's getting banged on without a condom. You know the gang got them when they focus on stardom. Stick to the script, you can turn at the bottom.